Hi everyone, so this is question 10 that we are going to solve right now, so please have a look at it. Okay, so the question says that there is a mass M, okay, to give you the symbol M, at the end of a spring, and it's vibrating with a frequency of 0.88 Hertz. Okay, so you have mass M, then you have frequency which is 0.88 Hertz. Afterwards, they say that when an additional mass of 1.25 kg is added to the mass M, then the frequency is 0.48 Hertz. Oh, okay. This kind of question, yeah, I think a lot of students don't like to solve this question. This kind of question, I usually call it a ratio comparison question. Means by there's an old situation, there's a new situation, you have to relate the two situations together. Many students find it difficult, and yes, I find it difficult too when I was around your age as well. But let's go through it slowly. Probably things will get better after this demonstration. Okay, so the new situation will be the mass add on 1.25 kg, and the new frequency will be 0.48 Hertz. Let's highlight this thing. Additional mass is 1.25 kg, new frequency is 0.48 Hertz. Okay, when we face this kind of question, right, what I would recommend you to do is to list down the variables like this. So you have an O and you have a new. Okay, the new one I will denote the symbol with prime. Okay, means by all the symbol I add on a symbol like this. Okay, so let's go through it slowly. Your O mass is M, they don't tell you anything else, and your O frequency before adding the mass, before adding 1.25 kg, your frequency is 0.88 Hertz. Okay, so that's what you know for the old situation. How about the new situation? The new situation, the new mass, we call it mass prime, is the old mass plus 1.25 kg, because it's an additional mass of 1.25 kg. And the new frequency is F prime 0.48 Hertz. So the frequency reduced from 0.88 Hertz to 0.48 Hertz. So this is the information being given in this question here. So now they ask you to calculate the value of M. Wow, this seems like it will be a long question. So they are asking for M. You are given value of F. So you might be thinking, what's the relationship? What's the relationship between F and M actually? Because you want to find M from, you want to find M from F, right? So you have to find the relationship between F and M. And you might be flipping to your formula sheet right now to find any equation which relates between F and M, and I believe you can't find anything. Okay, so don't worry too much, you just need to apply a bit more physics into the question. If you can't find anything, you are given F. I've been saying this a lot of times already. If you are given F, it's equivalent to you being given these three things. Being given F is like being given omega or given T. Okay, and now you might be thinking, the omega here is actually related to mass. It's related by the equation omega squared equals to k over m. And moving it will be omega equals to square root k over m. Now you are able to relate between omega and m, something you want to find, m. Okay, so you probably need to find how to go from frequency to omega. I believe you know the equation is omega equals to 2 pi f. Okay, relatively direct formula. Apply it, substitute in the value, and then what we will get is, write this as fraction first, 44 divided by 25 pi, which is also equivalent to 5.529 radian per second. Okay, you get ready by finding omega first. Omega prime, the new omega, is just 2 pi f prime, the new frequency. So it will be 2 pi times 0.48. If you calculate it using your calculator, it will turn out with 24 over 25 pi, which if I convert it to decimals, it will be 3.1016 radian per second. Cool. So we have already obtained omega. So if you want to build this equation, we probably need to know something about the force constant as well, K. So for this one, there's nothing given in this question, but what you know is the mass, the additional mass is added 1.25 kg. Does the spring change? No, it's still the same spring, just that you add mass 1.25 kg onto it. So if it's the same spring, the spring constant shouldn't change. So if the spring constant shouldn't change, you know that the old spring constant, we call it K. The old spring constant will just be K. The new spring constant will just be K prime. And you know, since they are the same spring, you don't change the spring, it will be equal to the old K. Okay, so now you know the omega, you know K, you are able to find M. Okay, so you have built everything for the old situation, you have built everything for the new situation, so you want to compare these two things together to get M. Okay, to compare these two things together, what you usually do is to divide the new situation by the old situation. So in this case, in this case, what you do is you take omega prime divided by omega. Okay, you have the equation here. Just apply this equation. So you know that it's equal to square root of K prime over M prime. All of it in the new situation. And then for the old situation is square root K over M. Now to make this easier to be read, I'll flip the denominator up. I'll flip the denominator up, so it becomes times M over K. And now let's substitute everything inside. Continue write this here. If I substitute everything inside, omega prime is 24 divided by 25 pi. Omega is 44 divided by 25 pi. Okay, I think it's more useful to write it in fraction because you can cancel things out later. Okay, for here, you know that K prime is equal to K. So K divided by M prime is M plus 1.25. multiply by m is still m, k is still k. So I believe there's a few things we can potong. We can potong this, 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 we can potong this. So what will come out in the end is 24 divided by 44. And here you have square root of m divided by m plus 1.25. If you have reached here, I believe the rest is just algebraic manipulation. But don't worry, let me demonstrate to you. So you can do square both sides first. Square this side, and then you square the other side. So the answer will be after 144 divided by 484. If you square it, and this is not the answer, is because I already potong here to become 12, I potong here to become 22, and do a bit of simplify. Okay, equals to m divided by m plus 1.25. Now we can move all these things around. It will be 144 divided by 484 times m plus 1.25. Then it will be equals to m. And if you shuffle everything around, you get m equals to 0.529 kg. Okay, so this is how we do a comparison question. We list down everything relevant for the old situation. We list down everything relevant. We list down everything relevant for the new situation. We determine the equation that we want to compare first. After determining it, we just do the new situation divided by the old situation, put in the formula, then the rest is just manipulating the algebra, then you'll be able to get your answer. Of course, every question is it's a little bit different, but the general idea is you have to list down everything for the old situation, list down everything for the new situation, find the correct formula, then compare it. That's the general idea of how to do a comparison question. Okay, so that's all for question 10. Thank you very much.